Last chapter. Good job. Last chapter. Dog is leaning on the cord that's keeping my computer running. It's not moving. All right, miscellaneous offenses. Chapter 18. Forgery defined. I used to work forgery fraud. A lot of paperwork because everybody forges usually paper. Well, we'll talk about it. Here we go. All right, so forgery, meaning you're signing the name of a real or fictitious person, right? Lying. Alters any document listed in any section, any document at all. If you're not signing your name, that's a violation. Attempt to pass it as genuine, like it's a real thing. Has no authority to do that. Excuse me. With intent to defraud. Forgery is a false making of any material alteration or writing with intent to defraud. Felony, state prison. Okay, we're going to ram and jam through this. Okay. Intent to defraud. The specific intent to defraud is the essential element of this crime. So you'll have to have intent. The big I word. I, intent, right? You have to show it was intent to defraud. It is not necessary to prove that any person was actually defrauded, right? They don't have to actually lose the money or lose property as a result of the forgery. It is sufficient to show that either a specific individual, a business, or member of public would have been injured or defrauded as a result of the act, okay? And so here is a little, stand by just a minute. Hold on. Okay, sorry about that. All right. Oh, so let's, what's this playing here? This is a situation. Okay, but this talks about fraud, right? This person obviously was arrested for fraud because I wouldn't have something else on here that wasn't fraud. So to kind of give you an idea what it is about fraud, okay? So it's a specific intent crime. And you know that if the person intended to do it, somebody doesn't have to have a loss in order for it to be a crime. All right, forgery on fictitious checks. I don't even know if anybody has checks anymore. I still have some checks because I'm old-fashioned. All right, punishment for forgery exceeding $950, and that threshold, remember, which makes it over $950. It's right below 950. It's got it. All right. Fictitious checks is 476 of the California Penal Code. Insufficient funds. You're not supposed to write checks if you don't have money in the bank to clear it. Now you get hit with all kinds of late fees and everything else around there. Arson, can't burn stuff down. It's against the law, right? Can't go around lighting stuff on fire. You can't willfully and maliciously set fires to anything to be burned, except unless you have a little fire in your backyard, a little barn fire in the fire pit. So you can go to state prison, state prison, state prison, any personal property, state prison. So bad juju, light fires, all state prison. Nothing's a misdemeanor. Going to go to the big house, right? Arson continued. Look at this Jehu here, lighting a fire. I mean, seriously, it's like you have nothing better to do in your life at this moment. You couldn't help somebody out that needs help or something like that. Your aim in life right now is to try to burn something down. Like, so that's why you're on this earth, to try to burn something down. Like, what is your purpose? This is your purpose? When you grow up and you're old, you're sitting around in a nursing home like, oh my gosh, it's so cool. I just burned stuff down when I was younger. It's like, okay, so that's your claim to your life. Okay. All right. So in arson, the burnt property does not have to be destroyed. Okay. What's the difference between 451 and 452? The numbers, of course. Just kidding. Not the numbers. All right. Arson requires willful and malicious burning. You'll have to want to willfully and malicious burn it. And unlawfully causing a fire requires a reckless burning of such. Arson of property does not include burning or causing to be burned one's own personal property. You want to light your stuff on fire? Light it on fire. Who cares? Unless there's an intent to defraud. You're going to call the insurance company and say, oh my gosh, everything burned down. I don't know what happened. There's injury to another person or another person's structure, forest, land, or property. Okay? So the intent of arson is 455, the essential elements. Again, willful and malicious, right? You have to have those two. Attempts to set a fire, right? Maybe you don't know how to set a fire, but you're attempting to. Attempts to burn, aid, counsel, procure. The burning of a structure, force on a property, commits an act preliminary thereto and furtherance of. Again, bad juju, you're going to state prison. Can't do it, can't do it, can't do it, going to state prison. The term act preliminary to does not mean the perpetrator must come dangerously close to completing the act. It's the attempt, right? Doesn't have to be done. So, find me an article on arson where somebody was arrested. Tell me why it's an arson and how it fits into this scheme, okay? Not just send me a picture. I mean, that's not going to help. I have a picture. All right. I look at the picture. It's a pretty picture. I don't know what's going on in your head. I haven't developed that ESP yet. Okay. Unlawfully causing the fire, when you do it recklessly. Remember the big reveal party that happened that burned all of California because the guy went to area because he wanted to reveal his baby's gender, right? He's going to blow up the gender so the powder goes flying everywhere, catches everything on fire. So guess what he's been arrested for? Yeah, and they got video of it. Gotta love it. All right? It's forest land. Can't do that. Or property. Can't do that. Again, felony. Right? If they can establish that any of these things happen as a result of that great gender reveal, right? It's going to go to state prison. If not, at personal property only, misdemeanor, local jail time. All right. Oh, this is a great video here. This is stuff that's highly flammable. Okay. So here's what I want you to answer for my question. If this stuff is highly flammable and you're driving around with it in your car, can I arrest you? For possession of flammable and explosives. Why or why not? Tell me. Why? And you're telling me why can I arrest you? Okay? So every person who possesses, manufactures, or disposes of any flammable combustible material or substance, right? Or any incendiary device with intent to willfully and maliciously use this material, substance, or device to set fire to or burn any structure, forest, land, or property is punished by imprisonment in the county jail. So that is what kind of crime? Felony, misdemeanor, infraction. You should know that. Boom. Shouldn't even have to think about that. You see imprisonment in the county, you should already know, right? Okay, crimes against insured property. You can't destroy the property is insured, then file it and say, oh my gosh, I want money because my property is insured and now I want the money. Okay, can't do that. State prison. You can go to state prison. Can't do that. All right, abandoned appliances. You can't leave your appliances on the side of the road. If somebody comes by and their little kid gets stuck in there or gets killed, you can also be charged with that. Okay, so if you do that, you leave any of these items out there, right? It's in violation of 402B. Can't do that. And if you own some property and you remove a door without the hinges or the latch mechanisms removed, preventing latching or locking the door, you're guilty of a misdemeanor. So you can't do that. Knowingly permit such appliance to remain on premises without having the doors locked. Okay, you got to have the doors locked. All right. Depositing objects on the public highway, can't do that. You can't throw stuff out the window like oil, glass, nails, tacks, hoops, right? Can't do that. Wires, cans, any other substance that's likely to injure any animal, person, or any vehicle on the highway. You're going to be guilty of 588 of the California Penal Code, okay? Destroying sign barriers, you can't do that. Don't destroy any sign barriers if you see them. Destruction of landmarks, don't destroy those either. It's against the law. Injuring works of art is 622 of the California Penal Code. So, if there's works of art and you destroy it, it's a violation, okay? Violation, you can't do that. Extra credit. Somebody finds somebody that was arrested under this, 622 of the California Penal Code, 5 points extra credit. That's a good one because my 33 years, I never arrested anybody for 622 of the California Penal Code. Injuring or tampering with an aircraft, can't do that, right? Can't be running around injuring or tampering with the aircraft. You can't destroy the jail. If you do, it's against the law. You can't do that. Invasion of privacy, all types of ways to invade somebody's privacy. Please find me two out of this many where somebody was arrested for electronic tracking. If you can find something like that, wiretapping, you name it. Any other offense, because some people need the extra credit. 5 points on the other one. All right, extra credit if you want it. It's up to you. There's a lot here, but if it's worth extra credit to you, you'll do it, right? So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 10 of these things. Find articles on them. Tell me what makes them, and that'll be worth 10 points. Some people want it, some people don't. Extra credit's up to you. All right, that's it. Adios. Good luck. Woo! Final. Out of here. Go, go, go. Get out.